Hey guys, today we're going to make these delicious homemade donuts. I know there are a lot of people out there wishing to make these donuts at home, but they don't have a proper recipe for it. What if I tell you that I have brought in a simple and easy recipe? Without wasting your time, let's get straight in the video. First of all, I'm going to pour a half cup of water into a bowl. Now it's time to add a tablespoon of sugar. You can also use grinded sugar. I'm taking raw sugar. Time to add 1 tablespoon baking powder and mix it well so that the sugar dissolves properly into water. There are no chunks of it. Now it's time to add 1 tablespoon of yeast. Yeast is going to help to make your dough raise, and that's going to make your donut more fluffy and soft. Mix the ingredients very well so that there are no sugar chunks in it. Now it's time to add 1 tablespoon of oil. One thing I would like to add over here is that if you add more yeast in your mixture, that's going to make your donut more soggy. And if you add less yeast in your mixture, that's going to make your donut more harder. It's time to add some flour into our mixture. You can see I'm going to mix it with fork, but it's quite easy to mix it with your hand, so I would better like to mix it with my hand. It's quite difficult for mixing it with the fork. You can see, although it's sticky, it's too much sticky, but it's comfortable and easy to mix it with hand, and it's going to be better after mixing. You can see there are a lot of dry flour in it. You can add more water, and I'm going to add more water as well. So let's just add more water in it. You can add water according to your preference, according to your consistency. You can see this should be the consistency of the dough. It should be sticky. It should be sticky before kneading. Once you're gonna knit it, it would be less sticky. Now I'm going to add a little bit of oil before kneading it so that it does not stick with my hand and with the ball. That's gonna make it better. Now just knit it. Knitting is something very important in any dough making recipe. It makes the dough more smooth. There are no bubbles in it. There are no chunks in your dough, in your batter. So knitting is done. Now I am going to add some oil on it. Put some oil on it. I'm going to spread it all over the dough. It's time to cover the dough, and let's wait for a raise. I'm going to cover it with a plate. You can just use any lid or any other cling sheet as well. Wait for an hour and let the dough risen up. Okay, the dough has risen up and you can see it's double in size. Tap a little bit on the dough so that you can see how thick and fluffy it is, and after giving it a rest, it needs to be mixed a little bit. It's time to put a little flour on the surface and put the dough on the surface so that it does not stick with the surface and it's less sticky. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit flour on the dough as well on the other side. Okay, now it's time to flatten my dough and make it roll it. Flattening makes it easier to get rolled. So roll it according to like whatever the thickness you like. I like this kind of thickness, so I'm rolling it till this. You can see the thickness of it. Just see it. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, it's time to cut up all the donuts according to your shape. You can just take size according to your preference. I love this size of donuts, so I've taken a bowl. You can take a cutter, you can take a donut cutter or cookie cutter as well. I have taken a bowl, or you can take a glass as well. So I've taken a bowl of the size I like. Okay, so for the next cutter shape, to make the holes inside the donut shape cutters, the circles, I have taken another lid, another cap of a bottle, because there are less available shape cutters in this size, so I have taken a bottle cap to make it more precise. And now I'm going to cut it with this thing. You can see how precise and equal sized shapes these are. So the extra one, I'm going to put it aside, and after that I'm going to roll it and make more donuts with this extra left dough. Do not waste it. Do not waste it. You can use it again, reuse it. So I'm going to place all of these donuts into a plate. Before placing them into a plate, I have sprinkled a little bit of dry flour onto the plate as well, and on the donuts, so that these do not stick. Now it's time to fry them. Let's put 2 cups of oil into a pan. Alright, turn off the stove and let the oil to heat up according to the temperature we want. Once it is heated up, put donuts into it and let them fry. Cooking the donuts with low heat will make them more soft and fluffy, so do not make the stove too high. We are not going to do that because that's going to make your donuts more harder, and that would be crispy as well. So before placing the donuts, you should have a little piece of dough to put it in the oil to check the heatness of the oil. Stir a little bit in the oil so donuts are like equally baked and equally fried, and before you get them out, do turn them up so that equally baked from each side and equally golden brown from each side. Turn off the side and let each side golden brown in color. While these are getting fried, just go and click the subscribe button, do subscribe my channel, and give a thumbs up if you like my video. If you have query related to any recipe, even if this recipe, you can just ask me in the comment section below. Or if you want to recommend, or if you want more recipes of your choice, do comment as well. Once these are done, these are golden brown crispy donuts. You can see how they look tasty. You can just get them out of the oil, but before that I would like to say, do not use any spoon. Use a strainer thing, like I have used it. It will help you get rid of the excessive oil that would be dripping when you're going to put this donuts on plates. So if you don't want excessive oil on the plate, just use this strainer. Now it's time to add some toppings on these donuts, some dips on these donuts. I have melted chocolate. You can also use Nutella, but I have melted chocolate, and I'm going to dip these donuts into the chocolate, and after that into sprinkles. You can also sprinkle the sprinkles on the donuts. You can sprinkle little sprinkles on your donut, but I like more sprinkles, so I'm dipping these donuts into the sprinkles so that these take exactly more amount of sprinkles on the donut. Once you're done with all the donuts, putting them into the dip and then putting them into the sprinkle, you can just place them on a presentable plate that you can serve them to your guests, because these are so tasty and yummy donuts you're gonna love. And these just go into your mouth and just melts them up and make your taste buds more better. Thanks for watching it. If you really like my video, give it a thumbs up and do share it with your friends.